Yeah! Get up!
What is up, everybody? Oh, that's a nice truck. The day has gotten away from me. It's a Sunday afternoon, and oh my gosh, I can see the raindrops collecting on my face shield already, which means it's probably gonna get caught on the camera here as well. But what are you gonna do? Not too heavy of a rain yet, so we're just gonna go with it. Hopefully we can escape this without getting too wet. But the morning got away from me. I was playing video games with my kids and just relaxing for a little bit, as life can get pretty hectic, and when you got a day where you don't really have anything going on, for me at least, I like to just kick it, sit back and relax, turn on the TV. Again, the kiddos got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and so because we haven't had all that much time, you know, free time without anything to do on the weekends, we didn't have any time to do that, so any time to have fun on there. So we had a little fun today, and we're trying to get out on the bike here before it gets too rainy, but it's looking like I'm not going to get very far before I head back, mostly because I don't want to get my GoPro here that's on the front of my camera wet, because this is not even though this is a waterproof camera, it's, you know, the door's open here for the wire, so that is not a good thing. So maybe we'll pop the face shield open there and not have to worry about the rain getting in obstructing my view. Of course, now it's going to get on my glasses, so that's not really going to help either. Good thinking there, buddy. A little fast there. Oops. The bad thing is that I have no way to get back into my house, because my wife took off before I could go back into the house and grab my my house key, so I'm stuck outside of the house too. But again, what are you gonna do? We're out, might as well go for a ride. It's not raining too hard, and if it does start raining a little harder, we'll figure it out. We'll find some cover. Gotta be some covered parking somewhere. But anyway, like I said, I was playing with my kids this morning, playing a little Super Mario, and just relaxing. It was nice, and nice to spend some time with the kids. You know, spend some time being friend to dad instead of dad, because, you know, I like to spend more time being friend dad than dad, but there are those times where you definitely have to you know, play the role and be the law enforcer and the rule enforcer for the house. But I got really lucky. My kids are really well behaved, and I shouldn't say we got lucky, because we just, you know, we pride ourselves on being good parents, and when you do that, you know, you can reap the rewards when your kids get older. And again, you might think that you're doing a good job, and sometimes people do a really good job parenting, and kids are kids and they want to do their own thing sometimes. And I think a lot of the times that you can tell with your kids how they're gonna be by the way that you were when you were a kid, because they learn so much, but there's also that stuff that's just built in. My wife is a stubborn lady, and it shows in our kids a little bit, but it's okay. It's that stubbornness sometimes can be a good attribute. But the things we do teach, though, hopefully, I hope that not only because they follow the rules while they're under our roof, but I also hope that they oh man, it's starting to rain a little bit harder. I also hope, though, that those rules and those lessons that I teach my kids, I hope that they stick with them through you know, as they get older and as they go out on their own. You know, because my dad, as much as he quote-unquote taught me things, oh my gosh, it's raining pretty good now. Oh my gosh, I think I need to find some place to camp out for a minute. But as much as my dad taught me things growing up, the things that stayed with me the most are his dedication and his work ethic. Not so much the things that he taught me, you know, face to face, or in like trying to teach a lesson, or telling me, you know, trying to sit me down and talk to me. Because again, I don't know for you, traditionally, but my dad was one of those guys who didn't talk a whole lot. You know, when we did talk, we definitely talked like sports and other things like that, but you know, there weren't a whole lot of like verbal lessons to be taught. So I can like see the rain up ahead. Where am I gonna go? I gotta get some cover, mostly for my device's sake. But one of the things that I try to teach my kids, and the lesson I think that I try to drive home the most, is not just to be yourself, but also to treat others the way that you would like to be treated. That guy was ready for the rain. As I am not, in my jeans and my tennis shoes, not in my rain gear. Oh my gosh, it's been raining hard over here. You can see the road's all wet. This is the this was not a smart idea. Speaking of lessons to be learned, this was not a good idea, because again, the worst time to go out when it's raining is when it first starts raining, because that is when all the oils are being pulled from the road to the surface. So we're gonna head back. We didn't get too far today. I was hoping to go on a much longer ride, but again, what are you gonna do? Okay, there's no one coming. Okay, anyway, we're gonna get back to the subject at hand, which is parenting and takeaways from parenting. One of the most important lessons I think that my mom taught me was to be kind. Now again, my mom, not one of those people to sit me down and you know, say, okay, time to learn a lesson, I'm here, I'm going to teach you something verbally, but she was always one to just teach by example. My mom, when you're talking about the lesson of being kind, was something that she just showed me. I remember as a kid, and this was, I mean, this was like kid. When I was like in, you know, third or fourth grade, one of my friends came to spend the night at my house, and you know, he was having a nightmare, and he was just one of those kids, you know, that gets homesick and stuff. So he started crying, and I remember still being just waking up to hear him, and hearing my mom come in and putting her arm around my friend and just telling him it was going to be okay until he went back to sleep. And you know, those are things that like seem like, oh, you know, anyone would do that to a crying kid, but I can think of a few moms that would have been like, ah, what an annoying kid, just stop crying. I can see that I'm just gonna go right into this rain. But no, my mom taught me those lessons, and she taught me them by example, and I'm so grateful to my mom for doing that for me. She I have great parents, and you know, I'm not the only one that would tell you that. My friends would tell you that, my siblings would tell you that, my uncles, everyone around us would tell you that. My parents are just good people. So again, I've been one of those parents who have not only tried to teach by example to my kids, but I've also tried to take time, and even if that time is like driving in the car on the way to an activity, or driving in the car on the way to school, or you know, hey, let's go for a walk, and really just trying to be casual about it, because I think it's intimidating for anyone, not just for kids, to get sat down and taught a lesson, or be told a lecture on something. Just when I think I'm getting out of the rain, it starts coming up again. And I mean, if you look at what's going on right now, this isn't just rain, this is like a storm. The wind's blowing. This morning was like completely sunny, but obviously this that wind was bringing this storm in. I don't even know if that's how it works. I'm not a meteorologist or anything, but I'm guessing that's what was happening. My legs are starting to get really cold because they're all wet. fail. This is a huge fail today. And if I don't get all of this video, it's because this GoPro has gone kaput because of the wetness, because of the precipitation. This one will be okay. So, but this one, this camera is not catching any of the sound. All the sound that you're getting here is from the helmet. Hopefully, my wife realized how bad it got, and she knows that I went out for a ride, and she'll come back with that house key. If not, the bike's just gonna have to sit underneath the carport there, and I know I'm going fast. If you're watching my speedometer and I'm on a 35 mile an hour road, I was not going 35 miles an hour, but I'm just trying to get back. All right, well, the lesson to be taught here is if it looks like rain and you're not ready for rain, then go back inside. Oh boy. And my I did not wear my cold or wet weather gloves either. Hopefully this leather isn't going to be too bad. All right. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the abuse that I took from the rain on this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up down there. And if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button down there as well. And come back and see me. Guys, if you are riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, don't ride when it's wet. Get riding when it's dry. This is that one guy, and I'm out.